Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. This is your girl Bombshell K, and today we are going to be talking about panic and how the things really about what you should and shouldn't do when panicking, or the things I suggest. I don't like that word should, but the things that I suggest to do when you find yourself in a state of panic. This topic really came at a time in my life where I found myself in a ditch as a result of overthinking about a situation. Actually, I have found myself in many ditches when it came to panicking and how I dealt with the situation. Now, let's talk about what not to do when panicking. All right, so the first thing would be to don't make, or the first thing not to do is don't make decisions. When you're panicking, we don't tend to think clearly. We act on impulse, and I'm a very impulsive person. So imagine me panicking and being an impulsive person. Those two does not go together whatsoever. Okay. So yes, avoid making decisions. You don't want to make decisions based on how you're feeling. You will often regret it. Okay. Um, Number two, don't spend money. This this much I know. Don't spend money while panicking. Um, have you ever been in a situation where you have been so angry, so sad, or even too happy sometimes? And what we're speaking on panic, but those emotions can cloud your judgment. It kind of ties into number one with don't make decisions. But um, have you ever went into a store and you saw a sale or something for sale and you only see two on the shelf, right? And maybe the money that you have is not for that item to buy at that time, but because you only see two, you're like, oh crap, like I gotta get it now. I gotta get it now. It's about to be sold out. And then you buy it at a certain price, and then you go back to the store maybe a week or two later, and the same item is in the store on sale, and there's more of that same item. Had you maybe gone to a store clerk initially on your first trip to the store and have asked the store clerk, hey, is it only two that's available? Do you have any more in the back? Maybe you would have learned that they're gonna restock it or something, and that money that you spent that was for something else is now gone, and now you go back and the same item is even at a lower price. That's one result of panicking, and that's why I said do not spend money while you're panicking, right? So, um, number three, don't seek solutions in that moment. Now, this is a big one because a lot of the times we are forced to make a decision immediately when we are in a state of panic, whether it be, for example, you just got told that um, your mom, God forbid, is in the hospital and you have to make a life or death decision based on whatever is going on with her. And because you're freaking out, you're sad, you're hysterical, you might just make the wrong decision. Had you stepped back, you know, and thought about, you know, what is it that you're about to do, you know, you would have probably made a better decision or found a better solution. You don't want to hurry up and find a solution without properly thinking of it. And I know that there are situations where you have to make a solution or you have to find a solution right away. You know, like I used to watch a lot of African movies, and you know, oftentimes the hospitals in Nigeria, you have to pay money to do certain surgeries. Sometimes the family's poor and doesn't have the money to cover the surgery right away, and things like that. And the daughter, you know, for example, will go out and probably have to find a solution fast. And sometimes she may have to sleep with one of those wealthy politicians that she does not want to sleep with just to get the money to go save her mom's life or her family member's life in the hospital. And then she ends up regretting that she had to do that later, but all she was thinking about is finding a solution quick and fast to save her mom. Sometimes if you step back and think about it, you're like, okay, what can I do? I don't want to demoralize myself. I don't want to do certain things, but how else can I fix this thing? You know? Don't immediately go into fixing mode. You have to think about what you are doing. So, those are the three things I would say not to do when panicking. Again, don't make decisions, don't spend money, and don't seek solutions in that moment. Now, we are going to talk about ways to avoid panic. All right? There's many things you can do, especially nowadays in this internet age. We have access to YouTube that has a lot of help where people are, you know, giving advice and all of that. Um, there's many ways to avoid it. You know, number one, meditate. Put on some calming music. Sit in a quiet, dark room. Close your eyes and just clear your mind and try some deep meditation. Okay? It often helps us to calm down and to have an open mind about the situation. Okay? Number two, call a family or friend. This may not work for a lot of people because a lot of people are introverts and does not necessarily not can I speak does not necessarily wanna speak to anyone in that moment, and that's understandable, or doesn't want to speak to anyone at all. A lot of people don't like to go to people with their issues, and that's understandable. I am one of those people. I only speak when it has become too much and I just have to let it out to someone. You know, it may be my mom or whoever. Um, but it is very important though to have a support system. You know, it could even be a pastor, maybe a Bible study group, you know, someone who can support you, right? Number three, talk to yourself honestly. Talk yourself out of making bad decisions. This one is key. A lot of the times we don't talk to other people because we probably feel as though we cannot be honest with them because maybe we fear they will judge us. Maybe we fear that they won't understand us. Um, so we turn inward and start talking to ourselves. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. A person will be more honest with themselves than they are with other people. And that's just the truth. I myself talk to myself on many occasions. I will scold myself. I'll be, you know, harsh to myself. I don't really practice harshness, but sometimes you just have to tell yourself the cold, hard truth. Okay? Talking to yourself honestly and talking yourself out of bad decisions is a key part in avoiding panic. Okay? Um, when you are in a state of panic, you want to step back and say to yourself, okay, calm down. How can how can I approach this situation logically and less emotional? Because sometimes our emotional state is what will drive us to do a bad thing during that state. So you want to really talk to yourself. Talk yourself off that ledge, if you will, okay? Number four, research. Watch how to vids, and I mentioned this talking about a previous step. Yeah, in we are in internet age, right? And a lot of the times we don't use it as much as we should. Google has a lot of self-help tools. YouTube has a lot of self-help tools. Research, watch a video, find out how to meditate, find out how to not overreact. Find out. I promise you, they're there to help you. I hope these tools helped you. And again, to go over ways to avoid panic: one, meditate; two, call a friend or family; three, talk to yourself honestly; okay, and four, research. Okay, well, I do want to thank you guys. I'm talking like this now because I'm trying to avoid myself from coughing. I don't know. For some reason, I want to cough. Okay, so thank you for listening, and I'll see you guys in the next one. And remember, if you're a spiritual person, pray, 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 pray. Whoever it is you believe in, whoever it is you pray to, find some comfort in something and don't just be out here working off impulse. All right, Bombshell K here. See you guys in the next one. Bye.